अनादिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुकारो अन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यतायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम प्रज्ञानां शुप्रदानै स्थिरचरनिकरव्याप्तिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्तविष्ठान् पुनरभिदिशनोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् सुभिति मधुरभुङ्मायया भोजयन्नः माया संज्ञास्तुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि। यो विश्वात्मा विदिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्तविष्टान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् सुमिति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरभिशनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः त्वसौ न स्तुरेयः। We are in the third prakarana or third section of the Māṇḍūkya kārikā, which is the solid text that make us to understand properly what is told in the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. The name of the third section is called Advaita Prakarana. The name of the first section is Agama Prakarana, which discuss the entire meaning of Omkara of the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. The second section, which we concluded in the previous class, is called Vaitatya Prakaranam. A reasoning and also the mistake is being, the committed mistake by a human is being addressed. Now, in the Advaita Prakarana, logically, by reasoning, we are going to understand the word Advaitam, non-duality. Again, I will repeat, by reasoning or logically, we are going to assimilate the word Advaitam, non-duality. Now, we need some infrastructure to understand the whole section. I mentioned you in the last class, Vedas are divided into two portions, and the first portion is called Karma Kandam, which talks about various karmas, actions to be done. And there are some sections which are talking about Upasana. Upasana means an action which is prescribed or told by the Vedas in a systematic way. One approaches his desired deity. There are some steps in order, and will follow that steps in order to reach the desired deity. Where duality is established, that's the problem in Upasana. In the Veda itself, in the first portion, ritualistic portion, Karma Kanda, the Upasana will establish the duality. What is meant by duality? The division between the God and me. The division between the world and me. The entire world will conduct its manners and behavior by accepting there is a division. Dvaitam. In a shorter way, we can say Dvaitam. Duality is accepted by the person who do certain meditations and certain other actions in order to reach their desired deity. This is called Dvaita Svikarana. Accepting the duality, which is the truth of the entire universe, it's a mistake. That is why this portion is very important. When the entire truth is Advaita, non-duality, the very Brahman is in the form of the person who is in the form of a seeker, in the form of what is sought after, in the form of seeking. There is no division from the standpoint of ultimate reality is called Advaitam. When the Advaitam being the truth, how we are going to account this duality? Dvaita Siddhantam. Philosophy of Dvaita, because this is also been told by the Vedas, which are first part. So we need to account how this duality can be a truth, or is this duality is a untruth. We need to know that. That is why Advaita Prakarana is going to talk about how one should take all these first portion or the meditations and other rituals which are told in the first portion. So that is being addressed here and we are going to see in the proper way. And any meditation, any prayer towards something which is greater than me, accepting that, is only a starting point. Everybody starts like that. Even in another religion, in Christianity, fall of a man, there is a topic, We came here, now we need to work by praying and doing certain good things, and we should reach the Creator in the heaven. Now, if we don't do all these things, we will suffer here. These things are also told in our philosophies also. So every philosophy or every religion except the duality. There is a God somewhere else, and I am here right now. By praying, by doing certain good things in the world, I should reach that goal, God. This view is universal for every religion, except Advaita philosophy, except Vedanta philosophy. So here, we are going to look into how the meditations, so-called upasanas, are to be understood. What is the fallacy already we committed in terms of upasanas or meditations? That is been told here in the first verse itself. So here, it is told here, see, the first verse I will read, and I will give you the meaning, and we will continue. What is the base to be molded, and how this verse should be understood? We are going to see that. अथ गौडपादीय कारिकाः अद्वैताख्यं तृतीयं प्रकरणम्. First verse in the third section of Gaudapada Kārikā. Upasana ashrito dharmo jate brahmani vartate pragutpatte racham sarvam tena sau kripana smritaha. Again, upasana ashrito dharmo jate brahmani vartate pragutpatte racham sarvam tena sau kripana smritaha. Ashritaha, depending upon upasana ashrita. One who accepts Vedas are the means of knowledge cannot give up one portion, what is called the karma kanda. The entire Veda is talking about certain things which are true. From the standpoint of I am a human being, our needs are being accomplished through certain prayers and rituals. That is why the first portion is there. I'm not going to explain completely because I have given you the explanation before the in the beginning of this Upanishad. You can see on that. So the first portion is dealing with different prayers to accomplish certain things also. Certain prayers have some different ideas, like neutralizing some actions which are not going to bring me desired result. So I have to neutralize that actions. So there are some actions, etc., etc. Here, a person from the beginning of his life, due to the knowledge given by the parents, due to the knowledge given by the society or his guru, he will do certain meditations. He will take some prayers from his guru in order to chant daily so that he can purify his own mind. Thus, Upasana is being a main part of any seeker in the beginning. Even I started because my father and mother showed me this is Lord Krishna. This is Jesus, where I studied. They told me, he is the creator. He is almighty. Please pray in front of him. So everybody directed me to see a name and form as the creator or the almighty Lord. Myself and yourself maybe also started this life like this only. Nothing wrong on that. Here, it is told here. Upasana ashritaha dharma. Dharma word should be understood as a individual soul or jiva. One who is ready to do all his responsibilities and actions. Then he is called dharma. And what he thinks right from the beginning, according to the knowledge given by the parents or the forefathers or by the society or some teachers, what they introduce for me as the creator or almighty truth, I need to reach him. This is called salvation or liberation for the people. So that I do my prayers. Whatever prayers they have passed to me, I do in front of that Lord, name and form. But here, this seeker has already passed that thought that there is a name and form, and I am also a name and form. I am here for suffering my sin. So I have to do some prayers and I should reach him. He already bypassed that idea. Now he has a special idea. He knows what is told in the last portion, Brahman. This seeker is doing certain meditations and prayers because he has another confused idea. I was Brahman before getting this birth. Somehow I got this birth. Now I should work to come out of this birth which is completely filled with the sufferings and pain. So that I should do meditation and prayers, what is prescribed in the first portion of Vedas. He already bypassed some name and form which is there in front of him, introduced by somebody. He just bypassed that because of his maturity. He is not interested on that thoughts. He understood Brahman, which is introduced in the last portion of Vedas, are the real truth. I am also Brahman before I am getting a birth along with the body in this world. Now I am not Brahman at all. I am separate from Brahman. I have a body and I should do certain prayers and meditation so that I can be Brahman after my death. This idea is also so much confused like the other idea. What was the other idea? There is a name and form or a creator right in front of you, and you are the created because you have sin, you have papa, you have to go through that, and along with that, you have to pray for to reach that creator. And at last, when you go depart from this world, you will reach there. So that a person go through certain prayers. That idea already this seeker is bypassed because of his maturity. Out of maturity, he know that the Atman, the Brahman, which is formless, I am also that formless Brahman only in the beginning of this creation or my birth. Due to some reason, I got this body, which is full of pain and worries. By doing upasana, by doing certain prayers which are told in the first portion of Vedas. Yada Shastram, Upasanam Nama Yada Shastram. Samipyasya Arthasya. There is a beautiful definition by Adi Shankara in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. I'm not going to enter into that. So, Yada Shastram, any meditation, any ritual, any prayers, you should get from the teacher who is well versed in the first portion of Vedas. If not, it is out of context. Whatever you do is no connection, there is no connection with the upasana. So that is very important. Any meditation, any prayers, any ritual should be like what is told in the scriptures, which will be taught by the Guru, the Brahmajnani, the teacher. So here, Upasana Ashrato Dharmo, an individual soul, a jiva who is confused, who is not ready to know the reality, who is enjoying the world, and whenever he get time, he just come to see certain Vedantic topics. That person thinks about oneself that I am born now with a body. And this body should be given up. How I can give up this body without pain? Why I am here? So I need to give up my body in order to become the same Brahman which was there before. I was Brahman before getting this body. Now I got this body. Now I should give up this body by prayers and meditation so that I can become Brahman. In reality, Brahman is unchanging. There is no modification for Brahman. Even while we are thinking about oneself that I am Brahman, I am human, not Brahman, I am human. That time itself, there is no modification happened for Brahman. It never became a human being. This is the reality. But a human being at the beginning of all the things think himself, I am the human being and I should become Brahman. Through meditations which are told in the first portion of Vedas, through prayers which are told in the first portion of Vedas, I should do regularly. Through that, I can become Brahman again after giving up this body. So he considers himself that he is now endowed with a body Because before this, before getting into this human birth, I am unembodied. I am bodiless. I don't have any body. I am the Mukta Purushaha, Sarvavyapi, Brahma. All pervading Brahma I was. So that there is no body for me before the getting into birth. One logic, one reasoning you should keep inside the mind. Anything which has parts is subject to modification. It can become other thing from the right now. What is that? What is having the parts? There are changes for that. When you don't have parts, there is no modification. Brahman being partless, there is no modification, there is no changes, there is always eternal. Brahman is eternal because it is formless. So here, the entire vision regarding Brahman is not at all there for the sadhaka. But he has certain vision that I need to become Brahman. There is no becoming of Brahman. It is already Brahman we are. Whether you do sadhana or not, whether you are a thief or not, whether you are a manager or not, whether you are a president of some country or not, regardless of all the names and forms which are in the form of different responsibilities, I am Brahman. This is the truth. But this truth is missing for this sadhaka which is told in this first verse. That sadhaka don't know anything that Brahman is free from death and birth, and Brahman is free from changing mood. Brahman never changes, but he don't have any idea. So he thinks himself that confusion is there. What he thinks, I got a birth, but before birth, I am all pervading Brahman, which is formless. Due to some reason, due to certain things which I had done in my previous life, I got a birth. And my birth is having a lot of agony, pain, etc., etc. Now I have to do certain meditations and prayers so that I can revival this body, get away from me after the death, then I can be Brahman again. That is being told here in the second part, second sentence. Prag utpattehe ajam sarvam. Utpattehe prag, before getting the birth. Everything will be birthless, the Brahman, which is not subject to death or birth. But right now I am having a body. Now I have to take care of this body through meditation and prayers so that I can give up the body and I can become Brahman again. Because of this confusion, he is called Kripanaha. A person having limited sense to think about oneself. A person who is not ready to think in a proper way or in a bigger way. He is not having the expanded intellect. He is only having the limited intellect due to some ideas given by the father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, friends, family, people, religious preachers. They are also a bit confusing. They are themselves and also astray the people, All these ideas made me to do certain meditations and prayers so that after death I can reach heaven or some other places along with my desired light. Tena asau kripanasprata. That is why he is told as kripanaha, one who is having limited intellect. who is not at all ready to know the entire reality. So this will be the whole meaning. A person who is depending upon the upasana due to the confusion, because what is the confusion? Brahman is born with a body, myself, and I am now dharma, the soul, the jiva, the individual personality. Before entering into this body, I was Brahman. Now I have to take care of this body and do meditations and prayers so that after departing from this body, I can become Brahman again. Due to this small intellect, he is called Kripanaha, a person who is confused or having limited sense. I will read some sentences of Bhashya, which will be helpful. Omkara Nirnayaha Uktaha. The first section dealt with the explanation of Omkara. The second section, it will tell now. Omkara Nirnayaha Uktaha Prapancha Upashamaha Shivaha Advaitaha Atma Idi Pradijñā Matrena Jnāte Dvaitam na Vidyate Iti cha Tatra. The first portion dealt with Omkara. What is the syllable Om, which is told in the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad? That is why it is called Agama Prakarana, dealing with the verses of an Upanishad. Jnāte Dvaitam na Vidyate. When you come to know the entire reality about oneself, Jnāte Dvaitam na Vidyate. There is no duality, it's only a phenomenon due to the non-understanding of certain things. Jnāte Dvaitam na Vidyate. Dvaita apavaha tu vaitatya prakaranena. Dvaita apavaha. Absence of duality is also dealt in the second section. Vaitatya prakaranena. And what were the examples? Swapnamaya Gandharva Nagaradi Drishtantehi Drishyatvad Andavatwadi Hetubihi Andavatvad. And also these examples, which are very solid and often quoted by Shankara in different places while explaining the commentary, while explaining the meaning of the Upanishad verses. Andavatvad. What is meant by Andavatvad? Anything which comes to an end is not a reality. Don't stick with anything which comes to an end. There is nothing to do with that, or you are not going to get your human goal through a thing which is going to end. Whether it is husband, whether it is daughter, whether it is girlfriend, whether it is boyfriend, whether it is your car. Anything which is going to end is not your purushartha, your human goal. It can subserve your pursuit, that's all. It can support something for your human goal, that's all. When you want to reach a place immediately, you can take your car, that's all. It is not your human goal that you have to keep the car through entire life. As long as you are not a person to go to a place immediately, you don't have that pressure to be reached in a place, you can give up the car. The entire world, due to the lack of walking, is suffering from diseases. Probably walking is the least exercise. Don't think that walking is a glory. After the age of 70, a person should not do any kind of hard physical exercises unless you are a martial art practitioner, or you are a swimmer, or you are a person who was doing daily and your muscles are having so much strong, so that you can practice after 70. Suppose we are normal, usual, common person in this world who go through certain physical exercise, and now there are certain old age issues with my body, so that you can prefer walking daily 3 kilometers or 4 kilometers. And it is essential to walk daily after a period of time. For that purpose, we can give up our car or bike. No problem. They are not going to be permanent with my entire life. Now, it is told here. What is told here? Andhavatvad. Anything which is going to come, which will end in the life, it is not a purushartha, a human goal. Hetu bihi tarkena cha pratipatitah. Certain logics also given. Adau andeja ennasti vartamanevi tattada. And Gandharva Nagaram, lot of logics are so presented. Any logic will help our mind to assimilate the reality. Without logic, the mind will be hesitating to accept any unique reality. So logic can help the mind to accept the reality immediately. You know? Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. I explained you in the last class. Shruti, what is told in the Vedic text. For example, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the biggest. When the Shruti tells like that, my experience in the world is I am very small, very tiny, illegitimate and inferior in front of others. How can I become the biggest thing in the world? Aham Brahmasmi. So one needs to go through the reasoning logic to understand what is Brahman. Not only Shruti, there should be certain understanding through the reasoning will help the person to assimilate the knowledge. Thus we come, what is Brahman? Consciousness, which is eternal, which is the origin of all happiness. That is formless, and it became everything in the world. This truth make me to accept I am Brahman. Not from the standpoint of my body. It will be very much contradicting. I gave up the body notion and I came to the notion of knowledge. That is a fact that I am Brahman. This is how we assimilate or we understand the non-dual Brahman. For the sake of understanding the Brahman, lot of examples already given in the second chapter. Through Shruti and Anubhavam. Anubhavam means experience. What is told in the Shruti, and I accept through logic, and it is helping me because it is my experience. Any fact, when it becomes helpful for a human being, when it gets connected individually, then that fact is not a mere fact. It is something going to create the entire history. That is why that Brahman is not somewhere else, it is me. And Aham Brahmasmi, I understood properly after the teaching of the Guru for 12 years. Some people may only need 12 days, some people only need 12 hours, some people only need 12 seconds. It's all based on one's the preparation, how the person got prepared, how he is ready, how much he is ready or she is ready. then the spark ignite happens and everything gets blasted. So it is told here, Tarkena cha pratibadidaha. Certain reasoning also were there in the second chapter. Advaitam kim agama matrena pratipattavyam ahosvit tarkena api ityataha aha. The non-duality is only possible through the section called Vedanta, or non-duality is also possible by reasoning. A question like, is this non-duality can be understood only by the scriptures, or nor it can be understood by the reasoning? Then, aha shakyade tarkena vaktu. That is why Gaudapada wants us to know the reality through reasoning. Tarkena api. Through tarka api one can understand properly. Tat kadam idi advaita prakaranam arabhyate. How it can be accepted through logic reasoning? For that purpose, the Advaita Prakarana is begun. This third chapter is begun. Upasya upasanadi vedajadam sarvam vithatam kevalaha cha atma advayaha paramartham idi stidam atide prakarane yataha. One minute. In the last section, Advaita Vaitatya Prakarane, what is told? Upasana Ashrita. Upasya Upasanadi Veda Jadam. Meditation, the object of meditation, one who meditates. This is the three division in a meditation. Meditation, the object of meditation, one who meditates. Dhyata, dhyayam, dhyana. This is the Sanskrit terms. One who meditates is called dhyata. The entire process is called dhyanam, meditation. And the object of meditation is called dhyayam. Thus, this three division is whether it is real or not. Because when you say Advaita, there should not be second thing in the world. But from standpoint of this duality, I see so many things. How can a person say there is only one thing remains when I see a lot of things? Upasana ashritaha. No, not upasana ashrita. Upasya upasanadi veda jadam sarvam vidadam. All are untrue. It is told in the previous prakarana. There is only Advaitam. I will tell you certain verses. It is told here, see. Adau anteja yennasti vartamanevi tattada vitadehi sadrisha santaha avithata iva lakshitaha. Verse number 6. Whatever is appearing in front of me in the waking state, they are untrue. Then afterwards, The Swapna Kalam is also negated, and also the Sushupti Kalam is also negated, and also it is told here, Yam Bhavam Darshayed, verse number 27. Yam Bhavam Darshayed Yasya Tam Bhavam Satu Pashyati. In which form you devote, you get connected, the same form will come to help you and you will enter into that. Then 31. Supnamaye yatha drishte gandharva nakaram yatha tata vishwamidam drishtam vedanteshu vichakshanai. This is how the duality is being negated. Anything is imaginary. There is no reality. Whatever I see in this world, there is no reality for those things. They appear as though they are real, but they are not real. This has been established in the Vaitatya Prakarana. Kevalaha cha atma advayaha paramartham idi sthitam adite prakarane. Only the one and only Atman being the truth, it's the only thing to be established. This is already mentioned in the first chapter. And now the commentary continues. Upasana ashritaha upasanam atmanaha moksha sadhanatvena gataha upasaha aham mama upasyam brahma. There will be always, depending on the upasana, the meditation, by the person who is a seeker, who is confused, what he will think about himself. Upasanam atmanaha. Upasana atmana. I am the person who do meditation. For what? For getting moksha. For getting free from all kinds of issues and worries from this world. Upasakaha aham. So that I am a meditator. And I do meditation according to the knowledge what is given by the Shastra. Mama upasyam brahma. And the object of meditation of mine is Brahman. Remember, Brahman is not object of meditation. Brahman is all pervading, which is formless. How can it become some object of meditation? So that modification of Brahman is not possible because it is formless, it is eternal, it is all pervading. When it is all pervading, how can it be only an object of meditation? So that this person is confused. That's why he is called Kripanaha. I am the meditator. I should do meditation in the right time so that I can reach the object of meditation, which is Brahma, and I will get moksha. And what are the other confusions going on in his head? Tadu upasanam kritva, by doing that meditation. Remember, even in the Upanishads, there are a lot of meditations which were more difficult than any other meditations. Different types of meditations are being discussed in Brihadaranyakam also, in Māṇḍūkyam also. That is why meditations are not something you don't give any seriousness. You should not be like that. Meditation has a purpose. And meditation should be recognized and respected. You cannot just bypass. These are all meditation for gaining this all pervading Brahman. Whether I do meditation or not, I am already Brahman. This is not possible. And one who has established the truth will not say or will not see in among the people also. Remember. So, moksha sadhanatvena gataha upasakha aham mama upasyam Brahman. My object of upasana is Brahman, and I am the meditator and I do Brahma upasana. Tad upasanam kritva jate brahmani idanim vartamanaha aham brahma sharirat brahma sharira padat ardha pradipatse prag utpattehe cha ajam idam sarvagraham gataha. Tad upasanam kritva. After doing that meditation, when I am born, I have legs and hands, so I have to do meditation by chanting, by whatever we can do. And after that, what will be the result? Jade Brahmani Idanim Vartamanaha Ajam. The person will be mounted again, or person will be revised into Brahman, because he was already Brahman. Now he became a human being. Now he will again become Brahman. So much confusion, not knowing the reality. Brahmani idanim vartamanaha ajam Brahman. Vartamanaha ajam Brahman. Then again he will become Brahman, doing all the pujas in different temples. Then he will say, Vartamanaha ajam Brahman. Sharira padad urdam pradivatse pragutpattehe cha ajam idam sarvagraham cha. And he will also think that Sharira padad urdam pradivatse. Before giving up the body, I can be Brahman. Pragutpattehe ajam idam sarvam idam cha. Everything before the creation itself is Brahman, and also they themselves quote both these people. So they say that whatever you want, we can help you. Yad atmakaha aham prag utpattehe idanim jataha jade brahmanija vartamanaha upasasya punastvad eva. Yada atmakaha aham. When I am a person who is very much connected with the Atman, like the person get already some knowledge regarding the Atman, but he don't know whether this Atman will die or Sharira will die. After getting all the knowledge of Atman, whether the Atma will die as a common death, or whether he will go to humanity, or he will die in the traditional way of in the ashram. All these sentences are already discussed in the previous card, Pratamaha Mallu. So, it is told here, Yata Atmakaha Aham Prag Utpattehe. I am born right now. Before getting birth, I am Brahman. Now, Idanim Jada, I have a body and I have limitations. I have pain, I have suffering, I have worries. Jataha Brahmanicha. Now I have a body. Now I have to become Brahman. This is the problem. I have to become Brahman. Now I am not Brahman, so that I have to become Brahman. Before I am Brahman, now I got the body. Now I am not Brahman, I have to become Brahman. So much confusions. In reality, The person endowed with the body is also Brahman. Body is for the people who are looking at you. You don't confirm that you have a body. Body is a phenomenon. Body cannot be. Body is not at all there. It's only in the tip of the tongue. If you analyze, if you inquire whether body is there or not, the body will resolve into organs. I already discussed all these things. So body, even though body is appearing, body cannot be there and body is not at all there. But this person thinks that due to his ignorance about the reality, now I have a body, but I have to work out to come out of the body. So through meditations, I can free from the body and I can become Brahman. Then what is he? He think that aham jate brahmani cha vartamanaha upasanaya punastadeva pratipatse. I can be in the previous manner without having the body. Idi evam upasana ashrataha. The one who thinks like that and do all kinds of meditations and activities is called dharmaha, is equal to sadakaha. The person who is a seeker. Yena evam shudra brahmavit. Shankara gives a very inferior word, shudra brahmavit. One who is not at all ready to know the entire vision of Brahma, and he is not ready to know what is told in the Shastram. He is just following what he understood from the people in society. Tena asau karanena, because of this reason, tena asau karanena, this person is called, what he is called, kripanaha, a person who is having limited intellect, cannot think beyond the nose. He is confused after collecting the ideas from parents, society, people, friends, etc., etc., and he accepts these ideas are true, and he got some issues. Kripanaha, Deenaha, poor guy. Alpakaha, one whose intellect is not working properly. Smritaha is been considered Nitya Aja Brahmadarshibihi idi abhipraya. The foreseer of truth, the wise, will consider the sadhaka, the meditator, the person who thinks that I took a body, now I have to be free from the body, so I have to go through some activities. These people, this person is considered by the wise as a limited intellect. Iti abhipraya. We will go through the Bhashya. Few sentences are there in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhya Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Choparhitaha Brahmana Santu Nirpayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkhabad Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamutachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Namaste.